Hello everybody here, and today you are joined by Ridgeway Rail 04, excuse me. And I've already done a locomotive review of my entire fleet of N-scale locomotives, but I am going to go over each of my locomotives individually and give you a little bit of the history about the real-life locomotives that they are based off of course, and the history of them, and then how the model ones stand up to the real-life counterparts. And so I am reviewing my Great Northern, Atlas Great Northern SD-7, number 568, and I kind of have it in the box here because I kind of like that little unboxing feel. It's like, oh, it's new, but it's not really it's not too new. I've had this one for a while, so we'll just take that one out of the box there. And as I don't know, but this is about how detailed the packaging in the United States comes. It's a little bit of box. You got some foam, and then there's your locomotive, and then your instructions in the bottom, and you just pull those out. Oh, come on. There we go. So we got a little thing on EMD SD-7 /9 locomotives. Gives you a breakdown of the motor and internal workings of this N-scale locomotive by Atlas. Very nice model, very well broken down, gives you a description on how everything should work. Very, very nicely detailed. And then on the back, it's just plain on the back. And then, so I'll just fold that up and get that out of the way. We'll get on with point. And so this little guy here, this little EMD SD-7 568 Great Northern, is a little N-scale model. Very good. Got this at a model shop for $60. It's DC model, not DCC. Can be equipped with the DCC chip though, and it has the modern knuckle couplers on them, and has directional lighting on either end, as you can see here, and very nicely detailed. It's got the camera focus, got the little handrails on either side. It's got the little detail in the front. It's got a little piece of metal there, probably simulate a brake pipe coming from there. Not too terribly detailed for that, but paint job is really nice, and the detail on the top is good as well. And the bogie detail is also very good too. All wheels metal, all of them are driving wheels, so it's a very powerful locomotive, very, very very good for pulling lots of cars around or heavy freight trains. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of history about the EMD SD-7s. If I roll over here, as you can see, an EMD SD-7 is a 6-axle road switcher diesel electric locomotive built by General Motors Electromotive Division between May 1951 and November 1953. It had an EMD 567B 16-cylinder engine producing 1,500 horsepower or 1.12 megawatts for its 6 traction motors. 188 were built for United States railroads starting in August 1953, and a total of 26. Oh, my monitor just went off, excuse that. Starting in August 1953, a total of 26 SD-7s were produced, with either used for the 56-7BC engine or the 56-7C engine. These units are noted for their roster below. This was the first model of EMD SD Special Duty series of locomotives, a lengthened BB GP7 with a CC truck arrangement, and 2 extra axles and traction motors were useful in heavy low-speed freight service. Original buyers of this locomotive were Electromotive Division, B&O Railroad, Bessemer and Lake Erie Railroad, Chicago Northwestern, Great Northern, Chicago Milwaukee Road, Colorado Southern, Central Georgia Railway. There's the Great Northern Railway. That's the one that we have. They owned 23 of those, numbers 550 to 572. Just to name a few that own this. And then as you can see over here, this is what they looked like in real life. It's a Southern Pacific one. They run on the standard gauge of railroads in the United States. So they're not much to look at, though. They're kind of basic shape. It's just a shell with your cab in here. So that's a little bit of history on these locomotives. So they're a little bit dated, but they still run pretty well. And I believe they're still in use with multiple railroads across the United States. Sadly, the Great Northern, I believe, is non-existent. So it was bought out by Union Pacific, and passenger services were taken over by Amtrak. So Great Northern's no longer existed, but we have N-scale to have our model railroads to remind us of the era that once was. And so now I'm going to take this out on the railway and show you a little clip of it running with some of my cars, including a Great Northern boxcar and a Great Northern stock car. So we'll get to that going right now. So you can see here we're back out on the railway, and so just cut from the little area over there, and now I have it hooked up, the Great Northern SD-7 hooked up to the load of cars, and we're going to set it off. So we'll get the power going, direction there, and off it goes. So as you can see, it's a very good little runner. Runs very well. It's a little bit noisy, but that's just because it's DC and it's a little bit aged. I got this used. And so yeah, it runs really well. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, appears a car has come off. There we go. I have a problem with some of these older cars. The flanges are larger and they can bump off the frogs caused by the frogs on modern junctions. And so the flanges on the wheels are large, and occasionally they will decide to jump. Yep, just like it's done there again. Oh, I really have to get that fixed. I don't know why, but it keeps on doing that. I'm gonna have to get the wheels replaced on some of these. It just keeps on doing that, but Locomotive runs well. There you go, off you go now. Now hopefully don't give me any more problems. There it goes. I've weighted that car in the front to keep it from jumping, but apparently that doesn't stop it. Let's see if it'll do it again. Yep, look at it. Yep, there's the other one. It's come undone. Yeah, but apart from the little mishap we've had there, the locomotive itself runs really good. And so that is my little individual review on the Great Northern 568. And yeah, apart from the minor mishaps that have cars have happened, apart from those, the locomotive runs extremely well. So yeah, there you go. That is the Great Northern SD-7. I gave you some history about it. about the real life, and it compares really well to the real life version. It's very modern. Kato has done a good job on, Kato Atlas has done a good job on producing this little model. So yeah, this is Ridgeway Rail 04 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider subscribing and liking this video. So have a good day.